Hey, I will never regret. You won't be my secret. Ah, I'm still sad. Anyway.
Oh my god.
Welcome to The Cup, the currently unnamed podcast where we put the tea in reality, usually. And you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm Logan Murphy. Say something gay. Gay. Here I am drinking today lime and cucumber Gatorade out of a styrofoam cup with a reusable straw. Because that honestly describes me the best out of anything.
I've always wanted to try that flavor.
It is the best flavor. I will not hear any other dissenting opinions. This is the best flavor of Gatorade.
No, because I'm like, cucumber water I actually like. So I'm like, cucumber Gatorade with lime should not be that bad.
It's great. It's wonderful. It's almost like savory in a weird way.
Ooh.
It's phenomenal. If you can find it, if you can't find it, I will mail you some.
Please.
Of course.
Meanwhile, I am Aneesa Logan, also known as Sam GMB, also known as Sam de Monteverde, your fellow friendly 5'3" trans non-binary Filipino-Canadian mentally unstable hot mess hailing all the way from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, Scarborough, if you want to be specific. And today we have some Copico Blanca coffee, mixed in with some caramel macchiato.
Oh, good choice.
Yeah, because my aunt keeps on giving us the caramel macchiato like creamer, and I was like, okay.
I love that. I love that. Well, we are here. Merry Thickmas to everyone who celebrates, because we are here talking about Festivali Këngës 61 that kinda sorta decides the Albanian Eurovision representative for 2023.
We'll talk about it.
Let's talk about it right now. So, okay, as if you've followed the channel for any period of time, you are aware that my winner pick from last year was the icon Miss Ronella Hayati from Albania.
Robbed legend
On my birthday.
Could have qualified with this new format.
Could have qualified with the new format. On my birthday. Thank you very much, people of Europe. Anyway, I'm not bitter whatsoever. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know if you saw, Aneesa, but Ronella was asked to attend FIC and apparently declined. And I don't blame her. I really don't.
Wow.
I really don't.
Because I remember when Ronella won, we saw Angela Peristeri kind of pass on that.
Ronella might be there tomorrow. Who knows? At the time that we are filming this, it is actually night 3 of FIC is actively happening right now. But it is the covers night, so there's no new music. But what was interesting about this year of FIC compared to last year, and we only really have the context of the last 2 years, but what was different is the songs were not released prior to FIC. So we had to wait until all of the songs had been performed to then talk about this. And the final is literally tomorrow. So this time tomorrow, at the time we're filming, we will know who's going to Eurovision. And it's a weird format this year with FIC. Again, we only have the last 2 years to compare, so please leave it in the comments if there was anything different, because I don't know.
I also don't know.
But, so the way that this is happening this year is basically the winner of FIC is not guaranteed to be the Eurovision representative. So the winner of Festivali Këngës will be decided 100% by jury votes. And that is how there's another major Albanian song contest that happens, and I'm blanking on the name right now. I'm so sorry. But that contest, I believe, is also 100% jury votes. So FIC is doing kind of the same thing. So the winner of Festivali Këngës will be 100% jury votes. The Eurovision representative for Albania will be decided on by 100% televote results.
Huh.
So the Albanian people and the Albanian people alone will decide what song goes to Eurovision. So there is a possibility that the last place jury ranked song could go to Eurovision. How do you feel about that, Aneesa?
I mean, okay, so in a way, I get it because of the new Eurovision format. Mainly concerning the semifinals, obviously, because we know the grand final is going to stay the same. But it's like in that, if that's the case, what's the point of having a jury in the first place? You know?
I kind of agree. Like I do like, there's a lot of ways that national finals run throughout Europe, as we've seen and
Right.
as we saw in our what's the word I'm looking for? First, I guess. I was thinking of another word for first, but our first foray through national selection season.
Yes.
This one feels weird.
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily love that the winner of FIC is not necessarily the Eurovision rep. But also, I think it's interesting that Albania is trying something new. Because we have seen, as good as the songs from the last 5 years have been, Albania has not done well at Eurovision as of recently.
Yeah.
Ranella didn't qualify last year. Angela, I think, got in the 20s.
Yeah, she got 21st.
I think,
just above San Marino.
Yeah. The year before, we don't know how Arilena Ara would have done. I still, in my heart of hearts, believe that Fall from the Sky would have been top 10.
I felt like Fall from the Sky. I felt like Fall from the Sky could have potentially been up there with Seuss, or could have even topped Seuss.
I think if staging, and we will never know. I feel like if the staging and the circumstance and the running order was good, I honestly think Arilena Ara could have won. That's one of my favorite songs from the 2020 contest that never happened. But if you look at the year before, Jonida Maliki didn't do that great. And the year before, they didn't do that great. So I appreciate that they're trying to do something different.
Yes.
I don't know if this is the different.
I don't know either, but I think it'll only tell once we get to Eurovision.
I agree. Yeah. So that's how this is running. So we started with 26 songs going into night one. We had 16, I think they call them big artists, or from the big artist section, which are basically established artists, people who have competed at FIC a few times. They qualify into the big artist sections. There are 16 of them, and there are 10 newcomer artists. And at the end of night 2, 5 of the newcomer artists were eliminated, which I do remember happening last year. I think it was less than that.
I think it was less than that. But also, I'm just very sad to remember that, because you know who we were robbed of? Ballad.
Ah, Ballad. Oh my god.
So good.
Gag.
Oh my god.
Gag. Yeah, I miss not having the The music videos. I really liked them. I don't know if the music videos were just specific to last year's fic. I loved having that personally.
I kind of really enjoyed it.
And we'll talk about the few returners that we have from last year at least. But overall, Aneesa, what are your thoughts on fic this year?
As a whole this year, it's I'm on the fence about it, to be honest.
I agree. I really do.
But I think in a way that kind of, at least for us as podcasters, it kind of makes the work easy because it's like, oh, although we might disagree on a couple, like, songs and whatnot.
I think there's a few we're gonna disagree on.
I think there will be a few that we'll disagree on. But regardless, at least to me, it's gonna be like, oh, at least it's easy for me to do my ranking. So in case y'all don't know how I do them, I literally listen to, do a listen through, and then I'll like after each song like rank accordingly. And then by the end of it, that's like, oh, that's my ranking. If I feel like I want to make switches, I will. But yeah.
See, I listen to everything and then I shortlist things. That's how I do mine personally. I only shortlisted 11 songs out of 26. Okay. So, I don't know. I feel like fic is gonna fic. And there were a lot of songs that were honest. I'm gonna be really honest. There were a lot of songs that are completely forgettable.
I agree.
Like
it was I felt like a good like half or third in between there like were pretty lackluster.
Yeah.
Not the strongest selection, but
not the strongest selection we've ever covered. No. And I think we might also be a little biased coming off of Vidbeer where everything was good.
Right.
Like, I don't know. The bigger selections tend to have a lot of, like, good and not so good.
That is true. I guess because with more entries, that's kind of bound to happen. Like, compared with, like, Vidbeer, there were 10. Now we're at 26.
Exactly. And we're going to see every amount in between throughout this year. So, with that said, shall we dive in?
Let's get into it.
So I have these organized in running order from night 1 and then into night 2.
I also have these organized in running order.
Okay. We're also going to we're going to acknowledge the 5 songs that were eliminated, just where they landed in the running order, just to make things a little bit easier. So we are going to start with Enchina Sufi. The song is Bure or Man.
I felt like this was a great starter.
A great song.
This is a great way to start this selection.
I agree. Yeah, her live vocal was really good.
Yep.
She had really good stage presence.
Yep.
I was captivated. The song didn't really have a whole lot of dimension to it. But I thought overall it was a very good song. She sounded great. A great way to start the show, and I really enjoyed it.
This is definitely like, I love this vibe. Like, I always love myself this kind of vibe.
You do, yeah.
The rapping at the beginning, like, I was sold with that. This is definitely something I would dance to at a bar.
Sure,
or whatever. Like, this gave me the kind of that bad bitch energy that I always mention. Yeah, just her. This was a great performance as a whole.
I agree. Yeah, I don't know how much she has competed or like whether she's competed at
I did not keep track of that either.
I did not either. The only ones I remember are the ones that we talked about last year, of which there are 2. Yes. So, but yeah, overall, a very solid entry. Good on you, girl.
Good on you.
We're going to move into Irma Mishi. Now, she is one of the newcomer artists who did qualify for the final of FIC. The song is Cosmosi I Dashurise. Again, to the people of Albania, I'm so sorry.
And I don't think I'll do any better. So,
the song in English translates to The Cosmos of Love.
I like this. I really like this.
I do as well.
Like, again, I love how usually second in the running order, Death Spot.
Ooh, yeah.
I felt like because it's so contrasted to the first song, I felt like it was good. It was contrasted enough to stand out. Because not only because it's also like a great song, she performed this very well. Yeah, no, I loved how it started. She has an amazing belt.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's really what sold me, and the chorus. I really love the choruses as well.
I like this a lot. I think my biggest critique is that it does feel like two different songs. Like
Fair.
I feel like the energy in the chorus is not really matched by the energy in the verses, and I feel like the chorus carries the song, where I don't always necessarily love a song like that.
Right.
However, her vocals were incredible. The belt was great. Like you said, there was such a contrast between this and the last song that we talked about. And I think that did do it justice. But overall, this is an incredibly solid song. She's got great stage presence as well.
Absolutely.
And for a newcomer, this was not my favorite newcomer song, but this was one of my favorite newcomer songs.
Oh yeah.
So
I don't know who the newcomers are because I did not keep track on who the newcomers
are. Well, I'm excited to tell you who the newcomers are.
Good.
Yes.
I just only recognized one person.
You literally only recognize one person.
Yes.
Let's move to Fabian Basha. The song is Enye Gota, or A Glass. Do you want to know what I have written, Aneesa?
Please.
I wrote, I will not remember anything about this song after this is done. And I don't.
I remember it only because I listened to it yesterday. Actually, literally, like last night, I listened to all these songs.
I listened to it this morning.
Oh. Well, anyways, not my favorite. It's it's the performance was like not. I really don't know.
I'm just going to go ahead and say, as a blanket statement for the male performers at FIC this year, I don't think there was a single male performance that I loved. I'm going to be really honest. I don't think there was a single one. That's a lie. There was one.
There was probably like one or two that I loved.
There was one. Yeah, no, quite literally, I don't remember anything about this song.
I do, and it was just very low energy. Didn't go a whole lot of places. He doesn't have the best voice either. But also, like, at certain times, it did give me a bit of, like, Bono.
My favorite thing about that critique is you could literally apply that to 5 different songs in this selection. Where's the lie?
You're not wrong.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was just... I kind of got bored, like, listening to it. Especially after the first 2 songs.
Oh, don't worry. There is a good chunk of time in the night 2 performances where I am just fully calling boring male music. And I cannot wait to get to that part. But yeah, let's move on.
if any of y'all artists just so happen to watch this, like, know that we don't do this with malintent.
Oh no, not at all.
Constructive criticism are just our opinions.
I'm gonna say what's on my mind, and that's how I feel. I don't remember this song, and I'm gonna move on. Let's talk about Andwel Kovaci. The song is Mali, or Longing. Now, he was a newcomer artist that was unfortunately eliminated during the jury newcomer, whatever. And honestly, looking at the newcomers that were chosen from the jury, this song was robbed.
This song was absolutely robbed.
This is a great song.
Honestly. No, I felt like out of all the songs here, this one felt super Albanian. Like I don't know what
There
it
were
was.
a couple.
There were a couple, but this was up there for me, and I really loved all the traditional sounds to it.
Mm-hmm.
And it worked really well. Like he has such a his voice is something else. It's very mesmerizing.
Also, I would be remiss if I didn't mention the fact that he's really hot.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I was like, oh hello. Yeah, I was really disappointed when I found out that he was eliminated.
Yeah. I think. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
You go ahead, love.
I felt like. Okay, I will say though, like my only one thing. I don't know why it just felt. And I guess this is kind of what it had against it. And I guess if this is the reason why it didn't it did get eliminated. But it did feel a bit like, even though it is like only like 3 minutes, it did feel a bit longer than that.
It did. Yeah, and I mean, not all the songs in the selection were 3 minutes.
No.
There's one song in specific that I'll talk about that should not have been longer than it was.
Right.
But no, I was really disappointed. He's got a really strong vocal. There was a lot of depth to the song.
Absolutely.
I hope he comes back to FIC, or it's gonna bother me what the name of the other contest is. But I hope he does continue to compete. Oh, Kenga Majike. That's the other contest. I was like, I couldn't remember it. But yeah, I really like the song.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's very solid. And it should not have been eliminated.
Nope. Okay. Let's move to Fifi with Stop.
Mothered.
Now.
Oh no, Logan. Oh, Logan.
I don't dislike this song. I don't understand the amount of praise that she's getting for this performance. I think it's a good song. I like it. I like her. This song, if this wins, which I'm going to be honest, looking at the social media reaction, I think there's a very strong chance that this will win the televote. If it does, she is in desperate need of a revamp.
That's fair. There are a couple things I would fix about it. But everything what I did get out of it, I also really liked. Like the flute intro. I love how the beginning kind of felt a bit free, and then we eventually got into the groove of it. She has a solid voice. I really like her voice. I love the funk of it all. If any of y'all know me, you would know that I like myself some funk. Again, great vibe. I love the instrumental breaks were everything to me. Only thing is she was a bit pitchy at some parts.
At a good number of parts, I would say. Like I don't know. I like the song. I felt like the dancer was unnecessary.
Fair.
I didn't understand. There were very few people that actually used backup dancers, and I didn't think this was necessary.
I don't
really.
There weren't many of the. I don't think.
I think there were two.
At all.
I think there were two. Yeah,
there's another number I'm remembering which had backup dancers, and I don't necessarily think it needed them.
We'll talk about that song. But no, I think this is good. I think this has a very strong chance of winning. And if she does, I hope she puts in the work.
Absolutely.
This is not my favorite song of the selection by any means of the imagination. But I think it's got a lot of potential. And I think if she wins, it'll stand out in a very good way at the contest.
For sure.
So let's move to Urban Band, who is also one of the newcomer artists that did qualify. I'm not entirely sure how, over on Dwell. However, the song is Ned Hop, or At Every Step. So
Okay.
I only wrote one thing for this. I wrote, if a gospel song was sung by a punk rock singer.
It's honestly the background singers and the instrumentals did give me gospel, and then you add the lead singer in, and yeah. Okay. For this song, I don't know if this was right for like a punkish kind of voice.
No. I'm gonna go ahead and say no.
Okay, well, there you go. I like the instrumentals. I love these background vocals. Especially around the lower register, it's very shaky. I also just love the belt out of nowhere. Like some around like the second verse or so, or towards the second chorus, he just belts out of nowhere, and I'm like, okay, cool.
This feels like if you put elements of a song into like a randomizer, and it just like it popped out gospel background, raspy punk singer, random belt in the middle of the song. Like that's honestly what it felt like. And I will say I like all of the individual parts together. I think his vocals are pretty good.
Oh yeah.
I think the background, the backing track, and the instrumentation, really great. I don't like them together.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So that's all I had to say on that.
I'm actually very excited to talk about this one.
Let's talk about Two Farm. The song is Atomike or Atomic. Circus Marcus, you ain't slick.
This is actually super camp. I love this.
Do you really?
Okay, not love, but it stands out to me, and
they're wearing glasses and hoods, and they're chanting. What's not gonna stand out about that?
I mean, no, but I also judge by vocals too, and the music as well. Like it had me very intrigued, and I also did say it reminded me of Circus Marcus. It was, although the vocals were not the strongest, kind of, except for the fast rapping part or whatever. Like
I was impressed by.
That I was super impressed with, and that kind of sold me. It almost gave me kind of a. I don't know why I got this, but do you remember Kuja from last year?
From what country?
Albania.
No. No.
You really liked it. I'll say that.
I don't remember it. Oh, yes, I did like that song, actually. Okay, yeah, no, I see the comparison, sure.
Yeah, it gave me a bit of that. I think what I really... This is... Again, I said this was also camp. Like, I did think this was a bit campy, and I loved it. The rhythmic breathing was everything to me.
I love the critique of rhythmic breathing.
I can't find a...
You're not wrong at all, but like... oh, God. This is not my least favorite song, because again, we'll talk about Boring Men, the Boring Men
this
sequence.
This was not boring at all.
No, we'll talk about the Boring Men sequence later, but this was interesting. It was different. I didn't love it personally, but I appreciate that it's there.
Yes.
So, we're going to move next to, if the banner will change, thank you, Sarah Capo. The song is Para Te, or Before You. Now, she is also a newcomer artist that was eliminated by the juries.
Not my
and
favorite.
rightly so.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. Unfortunately, um, there are excuse me, there are some parts that I do like about it. I don't know if it's about her voice. Not that she can't sing, cause I feel like there's potential. She has a lot of potential,
Sure.
and I do enjoy like a couple of the approaches. I just didn't think it wasn't executed as well, probably in the moment. Um,
Yeah.
like she doesn't have the strongest voice, and it also got actually it was very bitchy. The performance was bitchy.
Yeah, it was. I wrote, we're going through the motions of singing, I guess.
It's very much that, unfortunately. I did like the trumpet solo. I really enjoyed the trumpet solo.
My favorite part was the trumpet solo.
Yeah. Um yeah.
Let's move on. To Rezartas Maya
My queen.
Aniten. Now, if you watched our review of Fic last year, you will remember that this was one of Aneesa's favorite songs. I
Yeah.
did not love this song until after the selection. But I regularly go around my house chanting, Hey, I'm Hey, I'm I love her. I'm gonna be really honest. I think this song is good. I don't think it's as good as Eyam Yanuse.
I'll agree with that. I do like Yam Nuse better, but I still do like this song. I don't know. We get this like it's such a different vibe than what she kind of presented us last year.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was well done personally.
Yeah, I think she did really well. She did tie for third last year, so I'm very happy to see
Right.
her back this year. I don't know if she will have the same result, unfortunately. But I do really like this song.
I do like this
The
one.
vocals are great. Her stage presence is always there. I think she is just going to keep competing and competing. And one of these days, it's all going to click, and she's gonna win, and she's gonna represent Albania. Like I genuinely see that happen.
I root for that.
Hello.
Hello. Sorry, you lagged for a bit.
It's fine.
I have no idea where you were.
Oh, I was just saying, one of these days she's gonna win and represent Albania at Eurovision, and I want that for her.
Oh, I want that for her too. Not only because we get a lot more music from her, but also, again, I feel like I would love to see her represent Albania in Eurovision. Um, yeah, no, there's a lot of elements that I do like about it. Like, we get this like storytelling. Like, we get Rezartas Maya, the storyteller, and
Yeah.
that's very much what it gave me. And I love kind of these like kind of the instrumentals and kind of the background vocals that were added onto it to kind of get you in this like environment.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, no, again, very intriguing, solid performance, amazing voice. I'm very happy.
Yeah. It's time to talk about Duye. Albina and Familia Calmendi. I was mesmerized the whole time I watched this.
Absolutely, this was amazing.
This gives me, I don't remember what the year was, but the last time that Montenegro did very well at Eurovision,
With
it
Adio,
gives Adio, yes, it gives me sort of those vibes,
okay,
with like
okay,
all the people surrounding her.
yeah.
Her vocals are great. Everyone's vocals are great. The setup is so cool. I This is great.
This is absolutely great. I love how dramatic this is too.
Yeah.
like I remember I said a similar thing about La Festa by Luna for Jingle Eurovision. Great song.
Yeah.
Um, but there's so much that gets done in this song, and I mean that. You know how there's like some songs have a lot going on
Yes.
and not in the best way. Like this
Yes.
has a lot going on, but in the best way possible.
Yeah. I. Yeah. I love this.
This
I.
this was art. This was a masterpiece.
I think if anyone is gonna win the jury vote and the televote, I think it's this song.
I think it's this song as well. I also love this electric guitar kind of popping out of nowhere as she sings too. Like that was such a nice addition to it.
The intro too, where she's like kind of wailing and then goes into this like
Yeah,
she goes into this like power bitch moment. Like I love it.
I love that.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. It's
It's so
so
good.
good. We can't talk about it all day, but it's so good.
It is.
Let's move to Sergio Hadini. The song is Vestire, which translates to tough. I don't dislike this song.
I think to me, this was probably the strongest male performance.
I think I would agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, the vibe is really cool. His vocals are decent. It's something very different.
Yeah.
Which I mean, it helped it stand out in that way. But I just loved it. Felt very carefree. It felt like a good vibe. I was happy to listen to the song.
Yeah, no, I was very happy listening to the song as well. It kind of gave me similar to like a it's like Mimproville
Sure, yeah.
meets Blinded Dreamers. Meets kind of the string orchestration of Blinded Dreamers. Because I really like the strings in Blinded Dreamers. But I love this like chromatic run. I love the funk of it. He's got a great voice. He does this little run. He does a run up to the falsetto in like the second verse, and I loved that moment. And then I know after the bridge kind of thing, or you know how like after a bridge it gets all quiet, like you chorus all quiet to kind of build up, right? So I love how this build up kind of starts with kind of the strings just falling off, for lack of a better term. Like I love this.
It was good. It wasn't one of my absolute favorites, but I thought it was still a really solid entry.
Yeah.
So, work, diva.
Work.
We're gonna talk about Luna Casoli. Again, I'm so sorry pronunciations. The song is Je t'aime ta fall. I give you my life, and I don't want to give her my life.
I don't either.
She is also one of our newcomer artists who was eliminated, and I see why she was eliminated.
I unfortunately see why.
My biggest critique, honestly, is that I thought her vocals were good. The vocals didn't match what was happening in the background.
Yes.
Like, her vocals were very sweet, angelic, melodic, whatever, with this, like, deep, like, backing instrumental that, like,
that
again,
kind of almost clouded out her voice.
It really did. And again, it might be a translation thing, and if I translated these lyrics to English, I would understand it. But just from the performance that I saw, I didn't love it.
Yeah. I liked it at the beginning when it was kind of stripped down and kind of very and she was in this like vulnerable place. Like I really like that part of it. Once the instrumentals start building up, obviously she gets drowned out, and we don't get to hear much of her because her voice is so sweet and angelic and delicate. I felt like a lot of that also has to kind of do with air support, and I don't know that was the case, that her breath control wasn't at its best.
Yeah. We're gonna move to the final song of night one, which is Rovena Dilo. The song is Motit, or Weather in English. I really like this.
I think this is solid. I think this is
She's
a solid song.
she has so much charisma.
Absolutely.
Like it is, as we've come to realize, it's very rare to have, people of a certain age compete in these kinds of contests. And I
Yes.
really do always appreciate when older artists are competing in these selections. And Ravenna did exactly what she needed to do. The vocals were a bit shaky,
Yes.
but I thought her voice was lovely. I love the arrangement of this. Her outfit with the wings, I did
The
love that.
wings.
The wings, I loved it. I'm gonna be honest, I loved it. It was a really good song. I loved listening to it.
No, this was a great song. Um, she has a great voice. I love this build up to the chorus. Her belting is kind of what sold me because you get to hear a little bit of that rasp,
Yes.
and I love that in her voice. Only my only two critiques are I wish she could sing a bit louder in her verses, but then
Sure.
again, it was lower in her register, so I kind of understand that. Um, and I also at towards the end we get this kind of instrumental break, and I wish that she did something there, like something vocally,
Yeah,
because again she's got a great voice.
I agree. But I think overall that doesn't none of that really takes away from the overall enjoyment of the song for me
Oh, absolutely
personally.
not. No,
Yeah, this is great.
this is great.
Good on you, Ravenna. Good on you, girl. Happy to see you. So we're going to move to the second half of the performances. This is starting with the first performance from night two, which is Melodania Mankaku. I'm not even going to try to say the name of the song.
Yizma izemresime.
That.
I'm gonna
Translate.
hope that's it.
It translates to half of my heart.
I kind of like this. I really like this.
So I wrote.
Uh-oh.
No, I like it. So I wrote, if a Disney Channel star put out their first solo album in the mid 2000s.
You're not wrong. I could see that a bit.
It feels very like if Vanessa Hudgens put out her first album right after High School Musical. Like it, and this is this is like a North American perspective. It felt very High School Musical. It felt very decom, and I mean this in the most loving way because I love those songs. But I really liked this.
I really like this too. It's I think it's her voice. It's a lot had to do with her voice being so buttery and smooth, and like she's got a great voice, and her blending with the backup singers, like once they all sang together, was great as well. I love her runs. I love the contrast between the first and second verse. Similar to like how Freya Sky kind of contrasts the two choruses.
Sure,
The
yeah.
same way that kind of Melodania kind of contrasts the two verses, where it's like it's a bit quieter and a lot more head voice in the first verse, and then she goes into that chest voice in the second.
Yeah.
And I love this climax where she's belting.
Mm-hmm. It's just great. She is also one of our newbie artists who did qualify for the final, so good for her. Yeah, I really like it. I like it a lot.
I like it a lot.
So, with one exception, we have made it to the point in our program where we must discuss boring male vocals. Starting with Permit of Stay with the song Phobia. This was also a newbie artist who did not qualify for the final, and thank God.
I didn't like this.
All I wrote is I'm bored.
Yeah. I don't like the start. Not the best voice. Belts are pitchy. The instrumentals were nice.
Fine. I couldn't tell you anything about him.
He's cute. He's decently cute.
Yeah.
Let's
Let's
proceed.
move on. Oh no. So this is our break in boring male vocals. I needed to include Permanent Stay. But this is Arsi Bako. Sante Dua Tejem Meti. Tonight I Want to Be With You. She is also a newcomer who did not qualify for the final. They put 3 newcomers in a row. Which, like, okay, sure, whatever. And Aneesa, I believe we have reached the segment of our program where I am going to be giving out my perfectly inoffensive award to Arsi Bako.
I feel like I might have missed mine.
Oh no!
Wait, I'm gonna look through my notes real quick. Oh, I think I did.
Oh
Oh,
no!
nope, never mind.
Oh!
Never mind. We haven't gotten to it yet.
Oh no, okay.
But okay, so there are elements I like, but also there's elements that I don't like.
Mm-hmm.
She's got a solid voice. I love this kind of build up. She did get pitchy at a couple parts. Some of the melodies I wasn't a big fan of.
Mm-hmm.
Especially in the chorus where she sings like half of it and it kind of sounds like she ends up like choking
A little bit.
and then starts singing again. She has a nice belt. Like I like her belting.
Mm-hmm.
It has a lot of potential. I like the foundations of this song. But I just kind of needed more from it, you know?
Yeah.
Like a bit more production.
Agreed.
Actually, mainly more production.
Yeah. I believe she wrote the song as well. So, I mean, lyrically, sure. Cool. Wonderful. Good on you, girl. And we're back to boring male vocals. George Kacinari, Deye, or Yesterday.
Oh, this one. Okay.
Yeah.
No.
No is correct.
Yeah, no. I don't not the strongest. Okay. I just think his voice does not match this song whatsoever.
No.
And I didn't like. There was a point where the background singers come in, where at least one background singer comes in and sings this melody high, like an entire octave higher than him. And I wasn't a big fan of that. Sometimes the octave overlap, is cute.
Yeah.
But it depends on how the tones on their voice. I think Georgie has such a distinct tone that it's hard to blend with him.
I'm going to go ahead and say I think this is my least favorite song that I've ever listened to in a national selection.
Fair.
Lolita Zero, you're safe. That's all.
Up next.
More boring male vocals! Frank
Okay.
Coroni, Nepritie, or Pending. This I didn't hate as much, I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, I didn't hate it.
I like his vocal a lot.
He's got a decent voice. Not my favorite voice.
He's got a really interesting tone. That's what I liked
sure.
the most. Was his tone was very very distinct and different.
Yeah.
The song was whatever, but it's got the makings of something good.
Yeah, that's kind of how I felt about this too. It has a lot of potential. I really like the approach, just not the execution. The bridge was powerful though. I enjoyed that bridge.
Yeah.
As well as the background vocals. The deep background vocals.
I agree. Yeah, I think overall it's a very well done
situation.
It is.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's continue. Petrit Carpaccio. The song is Emri it Miresi, or Your Name is Good.
A nice start.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I said I'm looking through my notes. I'm intrigued by this chorus with a question mark at the end. And now I'm forgetting how this chorus goes.
I'm going to be honest. The only thing I wrote was this song is 3.5 minutes too long.
It did feel long and flat and stagnant. This
is a 4.5 minute song, and it did not need to be. This song should have been an email.
Yeah. Not my favorite.
No. This is my second least favorite song I've ever listened to at a national selection.
Even Lolita Zero say from this one too.
Yes, Lolita Zero is now third from the bottom. Can we move to something better?
Yes.
And better it is. Elsa Lila with Evita. Oh,
this.
I love this.
This was amazing.
I love this. If this wins, I will root for this song unconditionally.
It does have a lot of Eurovision potential.
It's got a lot of Eurovision potential, yeah.
No, it gave me a similar feeling to Douye. Yeah. Very captivating at the start. Amazing voice. She's quite a storyteller too.
Yeah.
I love these key changes as well.
It's so masterfully done. She really is she really just is an artist with her voice.
Oh, and absolutely.
I think if she doesn't win this year, I think she's got a shot. I really do. I think she's got a shot to win Thick. I don't know if she will be the Eurovision representative, but I think she's got a shot to win Thick.
I think she's got a shot to win Thick.
I really, really do enjoy this. The song builds in such a cool way.
Oh, yeah.
It just, the vocal was so good. The last thing I wrote was just yes in all caps.
My last note was yes whistling. She's whistling. She whistles at the end, and I was like, yes.
And that's a live fucking vocal.
That's a live vocal.
I'm just saying, this is a really good song. I'm really
impressed. This is a really good song.
We can't talk about it all day. We have to move on, unfortunately.
We do.
To Gent Hosha. The song is Ayer or Air. He is he's the second to last newcomer that we'll be talking about. He did qualify for the final. Yeah.
The air is what we need.
Thing what we always need. Thing what we always want.
Is what we breathe. We'll
die without it. It's unforgivable.
Okay, anyways.
Vladana was robbed! Anyway.
She wasn't even close either.
I know!
That part. Anyways, okay. I like the song itself. Not the vocals.
I wrote the same thing! I wrote the same thing! I think the song and the way it's produced is really great. And this is a song that I would love. His vocals are just not strong enough to sustain the song.
Yep. That's very much where I'm at with this, and I think that's really all I can say. Actually, one thing I'll add. Great saxophone solo.
I was going to say saxophone solo! I love a saxophone solo! I was like, the saxophone!
The saxophone!
A dragonfly! A saxophone!
A saxophone!
Yeah, the saxophone was the best part. Yeah, I think he's lovely. He's got a good vocal. I just don't think his vocals are strong enough for this song right now.
Yes.
But again, that's why he's a newcomer artist. Like, I think growing from this experience, he'll, there will be a lot of growth from this.
Yeah.
And I think
hopefully,
other songs.
hopefully if he competes again next year, he'll at least that's a lot of time to kind of ground himself as an artist, know the music that suits him well,
Mm-hmm.
and at least have more confidence in kind of like, oh, this is what I want to do in my music kind of thing.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Let's move to Avi Rechi. The song is Maxey. Give Me Back. Now, Evie also competed last year with the song Medouage, which now that I'm seeing the title, I remember this song and I did like it.
The title is familiar to me, I will say. I'm just trying to remember like what I like the song itself.
I don't.
But anyways,
anyway,
we're back on this song, and I mean, I like the instrumentation. I love her higher notes.
Yes,
there are areas in her voice that I like, and there's areas in her voice that I think could use a bit more work. She's quite the storyteller, though. I like that part of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the vocals are good. There's not a whole lot of depth to this song, but like this is a song where the vocals are going to carry it, and so I think overall it's pretty good.
Oh yeah, it's perfectly solid.
Very perfectly solid. Very perfectly solid. 4 more. We're gonna move to Manjola Nalbani. The song is Dua or Love.
I believe this is also the one where we get our
background dancers.
Background dancers and older representation as well.
Oh yes. I love this song.
It's pretty solid. It is.
She's got great vocals. I loved the background dancers in this performance. I think it was very fitting. My only critique is I just wish there was a bit more substance, because there are a lot of moments where she's walking around and clapping. And you know what? Honestly, I'm not even really that mad about it. But I really love this.
There were some, to me, especially the first belt that she does was a bit pitchy. But it got better as the performance progressed. I did feel like there was something missing that needed to be added onto the song, and I think he just kind of helped me with that, because I think I do agree it does need a bit more substance.
Like if she somehow wins the televote, like I hope that they include a little bit more substance into those like instrumental breaks, because I like an instrumental break, but I don't need 2 of them in one song.
Yeah,
that's kind of where I'm at with it. But I love this song. Her charisma is out.
Her charisma is everything.
Her stage presence is everything. Any woman who will walk out in a velour jumpsuit and red thigh-high boots is a woman of my own heart.
Especially a woman of her age.
Of a certain age. Wearing red thigh-high boots. I love it. Period. Let's move to Lynx. The song is Nesek Hebesim, or If You Have Faith.
For some reason, I'm forgetting this song.
I wrote decent and not memorable.
Okay, well, yeah, that's very much how I feel about it too. Decent and not memorable.
He was cute.
Oh, he was. Yes. Okay. I like how it started. I like this vibe. a bit pitchy on the higher belts, and I thought it could be more dynamic. It did get better at the end, though. That's all I wrote.
Sure. I'm happy to move on.
Okay, well, there we go.
Penultimate song, Alban and Lore. The song is Melody, which translates to melody.
Mm-hmm. So this is the part
Yeah.
of our currently unnamed podcast where I give out my perfectly inoffensive award. Congrats, Alban and Lore.
Woo. Yeah. Valid.
There are things I do like about it. Like their chemistry on
Same.
stage, I enjoyed.
Absolutely.
Though I'm not mad at this rapping. Like I was kind of living for it.
I wasn't mad at it. I don't love a ballad with some rap in it. Made that very clear.
Yeah.
But
Right.
I don't mind it. It's whatever.
I don't dislike it though.
Sure.
I just felt like Lore. I think it's Lore, the female vocals. It gave me very much like Camila Cabello.
Yeah.
Almost. Kind of that Camila Cabello, Britney Spears, nasally,
Sure.
breathy,
Sure.
kind of vibe. Like it's not. She doesn't have the strongest voice, but she's on pitch.
Yeah. I wrote sweet, beautiful, whatever.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's about all.
Yeah.
And we've got one more. Vanessa Sono, Aromazione.
Oh, this is a
Our
number.
fragrance. She is a newcomer.
This is a number. Uh-oh.
This could win Eurovision.
Okay. Oh my god.
Could you imagine if I hated this song?
When I say I like a song and you pause, in the words of Serene Fields, that pause is concerning.
Yes. No, I love this. This gave me everything I needed. This gave me life. This gave me everything. Her vocal, phenomenal. The staging, phenomenal. The way she can captivate you by just looking into the camera, phenomenal.
Yes, it was like, that. Yeah.
Ma'am.
Yeah. She had me reeled in from the first second. From the second she started singing. Not even from the first second we saw her face.
Literally.
She's got an amazing voice. The chorus is great. I love her using more of that chest voice in the second verse. And I love the second chorus building up. And she's got an amazing belt. Her belt is amazing. Yeah. Like, what more is there to say about this?
Perfection.
This honestly is.
If this doesn't win, I would be sad.
I would.
But the problem is there's so many good songs.
Yes.
Well, we've come to the moment in our program where we give out our 12 points. And, based on our opinions throughout this whole thing, I don't think our lists are actually going to be as different as I thought they were going to be.
Yeah, sorry, let me just make some changes.
Oh no.
Now that we have talked everything through. Okay, yeah, we're good now.
Cool. Would you like me to start?
Sure.
Cool. So we both had one song that was eliminated by the jury in our rankings. So we both decided to give that song our honorable mention. I'm pretty sure we have the same song.
Yes, we do.
It's Molly.
Yes. If it wasn't eliminated, I would have given it points.
I think I agree with you. But yeah, so yes. Molly for both of us, honorable mention. My 1 point is going to go to Enchina Sufi.
Okay, so the selections, the songs that we kind of collectively agreed on liking, like they're really strong entries. So I'm not surprised that is down there.
Yeah.
I think it's just one of those things where it happened to fall there, you know?
Absolutely.
Now, my 1 point, with that being said, my 1 point goes to Atomic.
Anyway, I'm gonna just move on. My 2 points go to Erma Michi with Cosmosi Itashurise.
That's fair. I'm so sorry, but my 2 points go to Rezartas Maya.
Whoa. Oh, wow. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, it's not the last time she'll be on these lists, so it's okay.
It better not be.
No, it's not. My 3 points go to Melodania Mankaku.
And my 3 points go to Meladanya Makaku.
Yay! Look at us doing things. 4 points go to Ravenna Dilo.
You know what? Yeah, that's fair. That's totally fair.
I liked it.
Yeah, no, I liked it too. My 4 points go to Bura.
Sure, yeah. Love it. Love it. Wonderful. Great song. My 5 points go to Rezartas Maya.
Yay!
Yeah.
What are we? 5, yes. My 5 points actually go to Serio.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right. I think we have the same top 5.
No.
No, we don't.
No, we don't. We don't.
Well,
I think we might have 4 at least.
I think we do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just looked at one song and I was like, oh, you weren't too high on that song. But 6 points go to Fifi.
Fair. That is fair. My 6 points will go to Irma.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Oh,
Yeah.
yay. Yes. Okay. Oh, I love that. That's wonderful. All right. 7 points. My 3rd and 4th, I went very back and forth on. And my 1st and 2nd, I went back and forth on. Mm-hmm. My 7 points are going to go to Elsa Lila.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so like for me it was basically my top 5 that I was like, yes, I really like. With that being said, my 7 points actually go to Stop.
Sure. Okay. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. My 8 points, and I think the difference between our lists, mine goes to Manhola Nalbani.
There it is, yeah. That yeah.
I just really love this song. I do.
Yeah. My 8 points will go to Evita.
So we have the same top 2. Great.
I'm pretty sure we have the same top 2.
Are they in the same order? Is really the question.
That's the question.
Okay. 10 points. Albina and Familia Calmende.
10 points. Vanessa Sono.
Wow! You know, this happens a lot with us. I'm not surprised. So my 12 points are going to go to Vanessa Sono.
And then my 12 points are going to Albina and Familia Calmende.
And honestly, either way, I'd be really happy.
Either
way, I'd be really happy. Yeah. I think these are the 2 that will probably win both FIC and the televote. I do think, given online reactions, I do think Fifi has a very strong chance of winning the televote.
Mm-hmm. But I think it's. I'm just gonna judge this by our lovely Eurovision World poll, but according to the Eurovision World poll, Due is in the lead by a landslide.
Yeah.
Similar to
is
like, like when God shut the door being at the top.
Is Vanessa in second?
I don't think so.
I
Nope.
don't have it pulled up. Who's in
Okay,
second?
so actually, in second is Fifi.
Oh, I'm not surprised. Okay.
Yeah, but it's like almost 200 votes in between them two.
Yeah.
And then we also got Evita in third.
Oh.
Only two votes below Fifi.
Okay.
And then we have Vanessa.
Oh, good. Okay. As long as she's top 5.
Oh yeah.
Who's fifth?
And then we have Burra in.
Oh wow.
in our
Okay.
fifth. Yeah.
I love that. I'm interested to see who's going to be top 3. I'm interested to see if they're going to do the top 3 format again.
Yeah. Or like
for-
the top 4 and they have like a tie for third.
or even just like whether they're going to announce the top 3 or they announce the top 5 or whatever.
Right.
You know, I'm interested to see, and we're going to see it tomorrow, today at the time that y'all are seeing this video. But that's that on that. Merry Thickmas to everyone.
Merry Thickmas.
We'll be back very, very soon with a lot more reactions. We've got Estonia to cover. We've got Spain to cover. The jumbled mess that is going to be Belgium to cover.
And Romania?
Romania eventually. Lithuania announced their artists.
They did.
We are diving headfirst into Eurovision season, and I'm excited for it. So please make sure to subscribe, like, and share so you get all of our Eurovision content. And if you watch both American and international reality TV, we also do a lot of coverage of that.
Yep.
So make sure to follow for all of that content as well.
And click the bell icon so you are the first to get our notifications.
For us, when eventually we get on a decent schedule again.
Yes. Especially myself being the busy person I am.
Oh no, I meant like a schedule of uploads.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Which is my fault. But it's fine. Anyway, with that being said, cheers!
Cheers!
I wasn't fully ready to hit the outro, but Mai gati,